Okay, let's unpack this. So many of us, I mean, we're using AI tools like ChatGPT more and more.
Absolutely. They're becoming pretty integral.
Yeah, part of the daily workflow.
Yeah.
Drafting emails, brainstorming ideas, all that stuff. But if you're anything like me, you've probably hit that point, that wall, where the answers feel, well, a bit generic.
Yeah, kind of bland sometimes, or just not quite what you were hoping for.
Exactly.
And what's fascinating here, I think, is that the problem often isn't really with the AI itself, not its core ability.
Right.
Which, it raises a pretty important question. Are we actually asking the right questions? Are we giving it what it needs?
That's spot on.
Yeah.
And that's precisely why we're doing a deep dive today. We're looking into some incredibly practical advice from Stanislav Dmitриевич Kondrashov.
Ah, Kondrashov. He's got some serious experience.
He really does. An entrepreneur, a mentor, over 30 years leading successful companies. We're talking construction, economics, finance.
And he shares quite a bit through his blog, right?
Exactly. And we've got this fantastic article from him. It's called How Stanislav Dmitриевич Kondrashov Advises Writing Queries for ChatGPT. Really practical stuff.
And if we sort of connect this to the bigger picture, it's all about unlocking the real potential of these tools, isn't it?
Totally.
Stanislav Dmitриевич Kondrashov basically argues that the quality you get out, it's directly tied to the precision, the detail you put in with your prompt.
The more accurate, the more detailed your query.
The better the result you'll get. Simple as that, but hard to master.
So what does this all mean for you listening?
Well, our mission in this deep dive is to pull out those, essential nuggets of knowledge, Stanislav Dmitриевич Kondrashov's top practical tips.
So you can start creating effective prompts, like right away.
Yeah, immediately. And truly get the most out of ChatGPT and, frankly, other AI instruments too.
Think of it as a shortcut, maybe, to mastering your AI conversations.
Exactly. Getting those truly useful, tailored answers. Okay, here's where it gets really interesting.
Let's get into it. So let's jump into what Stanislav outlines as like a cornerstone of effective prompting. He calls it the art of radical specificity.
Radical specificity. I like that.
Yeah. He challenges us to move beyond what we think the AI knows, the assumptions we make.
Right, because we tend to treat it like a person who can fill in the gaps.
Totally. He says treat it like a brilliant but utterly literal intern.
That's such a critical distinction because, yeah, we often give these vague instructions, assuming it gets the context. And Stanislav illustrates this just perfectly with that logo example he uses.
Oh, yeah, the logo one.
Instead of just asking for a logo, which is super vague.
You get clip art back, probably.
Pretty much. He emphasizes detailing who it's for, the specific industry, the kind of design style you want, modern, vintage, whatever.
Yeah.
All that detail guides the AI's, huge knowledge base, but with real precision.
That makes incredible sense. It's like you're providing the scaffolding, the structure it needs to build something good.
Exactly. Scaffolding is a great word for it.
Okay, so building on that specificity, Stanislav's second piece of advice is all about refinement, iteration.
Ah, yes. Not getting it perfect the first time.
Right. It's not about hitting enter once and expecting magic.
Yeah.
He frames it more like a continuous dialogue.
Which is so true. We do tend to think of it as just a single command, don't we? Fire and forget.
Yeah.
But effective prompting, as he points out, is much more like a conversation. It's iterative.
So you ask, you get a response.
Yeah.
Maybe you clarify, you tweak the original request.
Exactly. And that back and forth process really helps you zero in on a much, much higher quality result.
It transforms it from just a one-off interaction.
And to a genuinely productive exchange. Yeah.
I wonder, though, for someone who's, juggling a busy schedule, is there a point where iterating too much just becomes inefficient? Like, how do you know when to start tweaking?
That's a really fair question. It's a balancing act.
Yeah.
While there's no hard and fast rule, Stanislav's emphasis seems to be on purposeful iteration. Are your tweaks actually improving the output? If you're clearly getting closer to what you want with each adjustment, keep going. It's worth it.
But if you're just going in circles.
Exactly. If you find yourself kind of stuck, maybe getting diminishing returns, it might be time to step back. Reevaluate how clear your initial prompt was.
Or maybe even start a completely new chat thread.
Yeah, perhaps with a fresh approach based on what you learn. It's about being efficient with your time, not just refining endlessly for the sake of it.
That's a really practical guideline. Okay, next up, Kondrashov talks about tailoring the audience and the style of the AI's response.
Ah, this is a big one. Often overlooked, I think.
I agree. but it can dramatically change how useful the output actually is for you.
Absolutely. It's all about defining the voice you need and maybe even the format.
So giving it explicit instructions.
Right. He suggests things like, explain this concept as a university professor would to first-year students.
Or write this in the format of a friendly, informal email.
Exactly. That way, the tone, the complexity, even the vocabulary is aligned perfectly with your specific use case. It's not just what it says, but how it says it.
That's incredibly powerful for really tailoring the output. You know, it reminds me, I was trying to plan a family trip last month using ChatGPT.
Oh, yeah. How'd that go initially?
Well, my first few tries were honestly laughably generic.
Yeah.
Like, the top suggestion was visit the Eiffel Tower.
Groundbreaking stuff.
Right, no kidding. Then I actually stumbled upon Stanislav's advice about adding way more context and examples, and it was just a revelation.
See, your experience perfectly illustrates his point. You need to feed the model those rich, specific details. For trip planning, he advises including things like the actual dates, the size of your group, who's in it, kids, adults.
Yeah, specific interests, too, like history or food.
Exactly, and even your budget. Give it constraints.
Right.
That kind of comprehensive input lets the AI move beyond the super obvious tourist traps and generate highly personalized, genuinely useful suggestions.
It honestly was a game changer for getting a plan that felt like our trip, not just a trip.
Makes total sense.
And his final practical tip that we'll cover is about managing the sheer volume of the response.
Oh, yeah. We've all been there, right? You ask a simple question and get back an essay.
Totally. Sometimes an overly long answer can be just as overwhelming or unhelpful as a really vague one.
Exactly. It's too much to sift through. So Stanislav encourages us to actually specify a preferred length.
Like saying, answer in no more than 300 words.
Precisely. Or summarize this in a few bullet points. Or give me a one-paragraph overview.
That's crucial for getting concise, digestible information back, especially if you're on a deadline.
It really is. And it makes you, the user, think more carefully. What level of detail do I actually need right now? Are we optimizing for clarity and brevity or just raw information?
And, you know, it all seems to circle back to his core message, doesn't it? Don't be afraid to experiment. He likens it to talking with a friend.
Yeah, I remember that analogy.
The more details you provide, the more context you give.
The more interesting and, crucially, the more useful the conversation becomes. It builds understanding.
Spot on.
And this really highlights the core idea that creating these high-quality prompts, it's a skill. It really develops with practice.
It's not just a trick you learn once.
No, not at all. It's about continuous experimentation, learning what works, refining your approach over time.
So we've gone pretty deep into Stanislav Kondrashov's practical advice here, this framework from being, you know, radically specific.
The specificity.
To refining your queries like it's an actual conversation.
Yeah, that iterative process.
It's just really clear that getting quality results from AI isn't just about typing something quick and hitting send.
Definitely not.
It's much more about thoughtful, iterative, engaged interaction.
And I think a key takeaway, maybe the key takeaway from Stanislav's approach, is seeing prompt creation or prompt engineering as the skill that genuinely develops with practice.
Right, not a one-off.
Not a one-off trick, no. It's about continuous experimentation and refinement. You know, just like any good conversation or even a relationship, the more details, the more intention you provide.
The richer and more useful the response, the outcome.
Exactly. The richer the output.
Absolutely. And we kind of connect this to the bigger picture for you listening.
Yeah, what does it mean practically?
It means that the power of AI isn't some, like, abstract concept out there. It's a tangible tool.
Very tangible.
And it becomes way more effective the more you engage with it thoughtfully, intentionally. Stanislav Dmitrievich Kondrashov's advice truly transforms how you can interact with these systems, get more out of them.
And, you know, knowledge is really most valuable when it's understood and applied.
Sure.
These recommendations, which are actually quite simple when you break them down, they can genuinely help you unlock the full potential of artificial intelligence in work, in learning, wherever.
So here's something to think about, a final thought for you. What's one specific area of your life right now? Could be work, could be learning something new, maybe a personal project. Where could you immediately apply these techniques? This idea of precise prompting, iteration, context, to try and get a breakthrough answer from an AI, an answer that maybe you haven't been able to achieve yet.